Back again, day 25, and today is the 8th of May. It's a Friday. Yeah, tomorrow I'm going to take a rest day from the challenge, but I might just do a vlog. I don't know. No, stick to it. You got 5 more days to go. Right, I'll see you on the track. Back here again. Yep, back here again. Yeah, I didn't do it like yesterday, did I? Sun is much more cooler than yesterday. I was thinking of bringing an ND filter, but I thought it'd be okay. So I selected WT for the film tone profile on the DJI Osmo Action 6. That was a mouthful there for a second. And I put it 100%. So I'm not going to play around with the post editing part. I'm just going to leave it as is and just show you what this DJI Osmo Action 6 records. This is the film profile that comes now stock in this camera. Same with my Action 5 and Pocket 4 and so forth. Anyway, we're not here to talk about cameras or tech today. I'm back on day 25. I feel better. You know, one of the things that I noticed on this challenge, here I'm having a heart-to-heart talk to you now, that I feel guilty now if I don't go out. So I have to always keep moving. And that's one of the plus benefits I've gained from this challenge. So if you're out there thinking of the challenge, once you pass the second week, then it's smooth sailing from there. It's easier because then you start feeling like you're committed to something and you can't let yourself down. Don't let yourself down. That's what it's all about. So get out there, make a change. Now, let's talk about where do we go from here. This is something I don't want to reveal until day 30 when I finish the challenge. But that's where it's going to start changing my channel. What do I do? Because I'm still having ideas of what I want to do and so forth. Yeah, where do I go? I don't know. Because when I'm starting to look at certain things I do, I can see the traction in some of the videos I have, and I can see, well, if I put some more energy into that, it will grow. But I'm going to be like everybody else. I don't want to be a reviewer. I don't want to be a tech guru. I love tech, don't get me wrong. I love it to bits. But doing it every day, just tech stuff, for me, nobody else, me. Nah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Because I've got a different way of doing it. Like, for example, today you're watching DJI Osmo Action 6, right? This is me kind of reviewing the camera for you out there, because you may be in the market to buy a new camera and you're thinking, what does the DJI Osmo Action 6 look like? Recording for a vlog. Here you go. I'm doing a vlog. 1, 2, I'm doing my challenge. 3, I'm talking about tech. So you see, it's different, right? It's not the same kind of videos used to, you know, watching somebody go on the specs and details and so forth. I don't do that. Because this is my point of view. If I wanted to go into spec sheet, open the website, look at the product and get the information there. I'm not a professional, so I don't need to know the ins and outs of the camera. I need to know the basics, so I know the basics. And now I've started this photography journey, I'm learning all the basics. So I understand the triangle of photography, the ISO, the shutter speed, and, you know, the third one. Yeah. So that's what it's all about. You understand the triangle, and then from there you choose and pick accordingly, according to your seeing what you're trying to do and so forth. The benefits of actually moving over to photography from action cameras for so many years is that I learned so much about photography. You know, depth of field and so forth, and shutter frame speeds and EV composition and so forth. All these things didn't make any sense when I owned the action cameras, and I was always going onto YouTube looking for how to adjust settings and so forth on my cameras. Then I thought, hold on a second. As soon as I stepped into the world of photography, all this now makes sense. It's so much easier. But I wish that I should have gone back and actually focus more on photography before moving on to action cameras, then coming back would be easier. But now I've just gained a plus. The other difference is now is that when I'm out there sharing with you information, I'm going to be slow to the game. I won't have the advantages others have who's come from photography into action cameras. For me, I've now got the understanding of how my action cameras work on another level, by the way, which is good for me. Now when I play with ND filters, for example, any filters I apply on my cameras, I learned something new, right? So that's where I can really tap into my cameras, my action cameras and so forth. Ah, yes. So the brands I'm using, if you've been watching my channel, I use currently, and photography I'm talking about, Fujifilm and Leica. These are two brands at the moment. I don't mind trying other new brands, and I will try other new brands because that's what I'm all about. I love trying new products. But when the time is right, now I'm happy, fully happy with my Fujifilm and Leica. Action cameras. Insta360, GoPro, DJI. These are three brands I rock with. And I have most of them, by the way. So you can check in my description, video description. I might put it back in this video description today. Yeah, I will do that. Of all the action cameras I have, just so you get an idea of what I own when it comes to brands. I have no tie-ups. I don't have any collaborations because I'm just me being me, loving and buying products that I like using and I like buying. In the beginning, it was just a rabbit hole that just never ended, by the way. You just end up buying all these things you think you need. It's not going to change anything, by the way. It won't change anything. It just means you're getting the latest and greatest. Some are worth upgrading, some are not worth upgrading. But anyway, I have them, I enjoy them, I love them. If you ask me what's my favorite, I can't tell you because they're all my favorites. Every single action camera I own belongs to a mood I feel. For example, the Ace Pro 2 is one of those moments where I just want to be different and just, I don't know. And DJI Action Series, the 4, 5, 6, I don't know. The 5 was my favorite action camera when I did my last challenge a year ago. That was a 40-day challenge, and that action camera with me rocked for 30 days consistently, and it was amazing. But then when they dropped the Ace Pro 2 and I used that at night, I was like, whoa. That's when the Ace Pro 2 took over at night. But they're both good, by the way. Action 5 Pro and the Insta360 versus DJI, and then Insta360 Ace Pro 2 at night, amazing. The X series, however, is different. I love that for motovlogs. The X5 and X4 Air, I think I have, yeah, I have the X4 Air and the X5. Those are my favorite cameras for when I'm out motovlogging or when I'm in the Bronco and so forth. I can just put it in different positions. But then came along, DJI Nano dropped their little camera. Insta360 Go Ultra dropped their little camera. I own them too. And I also still own the Go 3S, which my son has claimed it. And I remember buying the first Insta360 Go Ultra in white, Arctic white. He stole it, so I had to go buy another one. I bought black version. So that's my personal one, and he uses the white one. And let me tell you, he's put it through his paces, hard paces. Yeah. Let me get back to my walks. I'll see you all shortly. Where I left off. So he claimed my Go Ultra. Now, there's something I wanted to talk about when you do a challenge. Do you know what the hardest part is? It's falling back into the old habit. That's the most challenging thing in life. Whatever you do, I mean anything. Could be this, what I'm doing right now, the weight loss challenge. It could be habit change. Anything you want to do, you'll find yourself slipping back into the old you. Be careful of that. I learned that so many times, and today I've nailed it. And I've nailed it how? Basically, I write down what I don't want to become. And I make sure I leave little notes here and there for myself. Whenever I feel like crap, I go and review the notes. Notes? What was that about? I go and review those notes. That's a reminder for me to tell me that why I did that change and why am I changing that change. This helps me understand much better what I'm trying to achieve. And also stay focused. But you'll find yourself falling back to the old you very fast. Be careful, that's where we all fail. You will fail if you keep allowing that old you to come back to the present new you, which is really, really important, key here. Remember this. Whenever you make a change, especially if you do a weight loss change, right? One of the first things you end up noticing is, oh, I've achieved my target, my weight target, and so forth, and you just go back to the old habits. I'll eat one more bar of chocolate now, I can eat this and I can eat that. Don't. That's a trap. That's going to lead you back to being you, and all that hard work you put in to lose the weight is going to come as fast as it went. So be careful of that trap. This is where we all fail, by the way. In today's day and age, we ask ourselves why we fell. It's because we end up allowing the old habits coming back in. That's what it's all about. Anyway, topic of that over. Now, my ideal weight loss that I would like to gain from this. So I was sitting there asking myself, where would I like to be? I would like to drop another 15 to 20 kilos, okay? And with that, I think I'll be at the right height and weight ratio that I would like to be at. Now that's a big number that I put myself. But what I don't want to do is drop it all at one go, because that would be the worst thing to do, because then you'll get this rapid loss and you can gain it faster. And I don't want to do that. I want to do it sustainable, something that's realistic, not something that's, you know, far-fetched. I could really press and push myself so hard, but that ain't the right way of doing it, is it? The right way of doing it is incremental changes, the 1%. Remember, this is what my channel's all about: applying the 1% in your life to make changes that you need in order for you to go forward. So with my weight loss, I'm dropping about 1.5 to 2 kgs, sometimes a week and sometimes 2 weeks. So I'm not worried about how fast I'm dropping it, but I'm dropping it and it's going down. So when I get to that point where I've reached my ideal weight I would like to be, got an itch, that's where I'm going to then lock it in and then make sure whatever I eat is it comes back to the decision part, right? This is where we need to be careful of making the right decision going forward. So on that note, what helps me, by the way, this is what helps me, it might help you, I don't know. I've got a glucose monitor here on my shoulder, my arm, and it's been with me for about, I'd say, I started the glucose monitor 2024, end of 2024. And the reason I had it, because in the beginning I was diagnosed as diabetes 2, and I was told to go on insulin injections. Like, nope, that's not going to happen. I'm not going to do that. So I decided to change everything about me to get out of that diabetes type 2 bracket. How did I do that? I had to go cold turkey. Honestly, really hard on myself. I hit so hard that I just eliminated anything that's sugar, even what changed the sugar, eliminated it out for 40 days. The initial challenge was 30 days, but then a friend told me, listen, if you want to see changes, hit another 10 days, make it 40. I was like, okay. Challenge accepted, I did it. I achieved it. So 40 days, I had it locked in. It was so locked in, no matter what happens, I could be sitting anywhere. I'll get offered the foods and the things. It was all about discipline, and I achieved it. Then I kept visiting the doctor. We did an assessment again and again, and I was out the bracket of being diabetic type 2 and back to normal. So my fasting glucose levels now, on a normal day when I'm fasting, sits around 90 to 95. And I know the portions. One of the benefits of having this glucose, it taught me, this is for me now, it taught me the amount of food I can eat before it starts, you know, rising in the glucose levels. So now today, I've understood the quantity I eat and the impact it has on me. So everyone's different. But the best thing that helped me was this glucose Libre 2 that I've been using. And it pairs up with my phone, so I can monitor it when it goes low and it goes high. So today I know, for example, if I cross the threshold, okay, let's say of rice, one bowl of rice, one full bowl of rice, that will hit my glucose up to 200s. If I have another bowl of rice, it will shoot up even more. So I start understanding it. Then I understand it by spoon amounts. But then the ideal one was for me, where I found that perfect sweet spot for me, was about 40 to 50 grams. You get a gram weighing scale, put it on, add the rice amount that you want, the carbs you want, for example, and you get the gram weight there. And that's how I started understanding. So I had to understand how my body reacted to the food I ate. And that's what helped me keep going forward. And then I realized what types of chocolate, for example, what types of French fries. Would you believe if I told you, right? This is a test also I did. So I got my own French fries homemade, which was, you can get them frozen French fries, and I put an air fryer. I cook it, and I put the same amount in a bowl, eat it. My sugar levels, not really, was climbing. It was just like a little, you know, up and then goes back down. However, I took some French fries, I'm not going to name the brand, from fast food joint. Let me tell you, I went straight to 210s, 220, 230. I was like, okay, something wrong here, right? So that's why I started understanding. And another thing that I loved about this glucose monitor that helped me is whenever people claim there's no sugar added, whenever I tried these things, if it spiked it up, that means sugar was added for me, and that's all it was converting it for me, so I knew stay away. And that's helped me with my decision making, by the way, in anything I eat. So today I know what bar does what protein bar, all these things that, you know, have these claims onto them. Just being self-aware and looking at labels now, which is something we don't do, by the way. When you start doing that, you're becoming more self-aware of what's happening. And this is where it comes to making the right decisions in life. So make the right choices in life. The right decision, the right choice will help you grow. Now, there's that saying, I've said it a couple of times, you are what you eat. So imagine this. That hit with me so hard because it truly made sense to me. So I'm going to look and feel based on what I consume. So if I'm going to be drinking all these sugary drinks, all these rubbish drinks, of course I'm going to be bloated and exploded and, you know, big. Because I'm just consuming sugar. And I've seen how they make these sugar drinks. I was like, what? That amount of sugar? Yes, that amount of sugar. Now, foods, same thing. Understanding what you're doing, what you're eating, consuming. Clean foods is so crucial, but we just need to be educated and educate ourselves more on these clean foods. It's a long journey to understand, but once you start understanding it, it becomes easier. And that's where the glucose monitor for me helped me go forward. So everyone's different, see what works for you. But for me, I found out the glucose monitor helped me make the right choices and decisions. And I stuck by it, honestly. So I kept my range always in the 200s. There are some days if I went overboard, I'd hit 300. And that was me asking for it. You're not going to have all these sugary foods and dessert and, you know, all these drinks and thinking, oh, it's going to be a normal day. It's not going to be a normal day. Your body's going to go like, whoa, out of whack. So stay in sync with yourself. And this is where it all clicked with me, by the way. That I realized that how we consume is how we can control. And to stop that hunger pain, you got to understand there's two things I discovered with me. There was that false feeling hungry, that's habit, and there was a real feeling hungry, where your body's telling you hungry. And I think 90% of the time we were eating because it's out of habit, and I was eating out of habit because I believed I had to have this. I believed I need this. I kept telling myself I need it when actually I didn't need it. My body thinks I need it because it's used to me habit feeding it, if that makes sense. Yeah. Right, now I'm definitely going to go back to my walks. I hope all that made sense. Drop me a comment below if it did make sense with you. And remember, you've got this, I've got this, we've all got this. We help each other connect to each other and share the tips we learn down our journeys. Yes, learn together. Yeah. I'm back because something just comes to mind, which was a reminder of why we fall back into the old versions of ourselves. And what I learned was the comfort zone. You see, when you've done so good of making these changes down your challenge, you've changed the habit, you broke the cycle of that habit you had, and you broke this new momentum that you have introduced into your life, then you realize, why did I lose myself? From my personal experience in life, I learned that the minute I slip into my comfort zone, that's where my danger zone lives. Because when I fall back into that danger zone, I'll get that voice, it's okay T, you've worked hard for it, do this, relax, you know, take it easy. And all these false, void voices I hear bring me back to where I started. But this time round, no. Because this is a way of life. This is my new way of life. Keep moving. Keep moving. Because there's no point going back into the old version. I did so well, and then I allowed myself to fall back in a spiral, which is normal, by the way. Again, surroundings around you, people, these all play a big factor, and it's not easy. But I discovered, you know what? I don't really care about other people's opinions when it comes to my health. So I'm going to look after myself, make sure I make the right decisions, not the poor decisions. You know, these poor decisions may taste good. A moment on the hips, sorry, let's say that again. A moment on the lips, forever on the hips. You think about that. That moment of whatever you're divulging into, that could be the death of you. That's how I look at it now. So I have changed the way I see certain types of food. You're talking to a sugar monster who loves sugar. You're talking to a person who loves desserts and candies. Yet, I've started to reprogram my mind to look at it as poison. Because it truly is poison when I think about it. And we see all these videos telling you how poisonous it is. So I'm sitting there thinking, what are you doing? Feeding yourself that, it tastes nice. Really, ain't good for you. So I'm thinking, yeah, change that point of view. So I've changed that point of view. Now I do get these urges from time to time. I think, oh, it's one chocolate bar, one Cadbury's bar, for example, or one Twix or Mars bar, whatever you want to eat. Just one ain't gonna hurt. That's that voice that comes in. Just one. And it's that one that leads on to 10. Just that one Coke. A cherry flavor Coke, vanilla Coke, Pepsi, whatever you drink. Just one. It takes one and you crack into the text 10 of them. That's the truth of the matter here. So take it easy. Remember, you don't need it. You don't. Just think of every time you drink it's poison. And that's how it's going to work. Change that concept. Because have you seen the amount of sugar that goes into making one of those drinks? It's like 85% of that cup is sugar. It's crazy, very crazy. So remember, the sugar is your killer. Number one killer in today is sugar. Stay away from it. You don't need it because it's bad. It rottens your teeth. And may I also introduce this part where you know what else it does. Triggers cancer cells in your body too. That's what they say. The studies they found. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. But this is what they say. So you out there who are professional would know. Me? I don't know. I just see what I read and I watch. I learn from that. But it doesn't take me a lot to figure out that what they're saying is true. So I just stay away from it altogether. That's what I want to do. That's my target, to stay away from sugar altogether. It ain't easy when you've been feeding yourself for so many years. Sugar, and then suddenly you want to cut it out? Yeah. That's the hardest part that nobody tells about. That's the hardest part nobody tells you. That you're going to go through a major challenge. Yeah, it's highly addictive, you see. Highly addictive. Oh. We're going to get there together. That's what it's all about. So the first thing is, get yourself moving. Get yourself active. Now this whole 30-day challenge, why? 25 days in, you're asking why is he doing this? Let me share, even though I've talked about it a couple of times. But today it hit differently. Do you know why it hit differently? Because I realized I need to break a habit. I need to break a vicious cycle that I created for myself. And the way to do that is to go into a challenge that keeps it consistent and make a pact with myself not to break that vow with myself. How can I do it? A challenge. That's what I did. I challenged myself. And I've committed to it. 30-day challenge. Now there are 3 to 4 days where I failed. But guess what? I'm still here, consistent, showing up every single day. Even though I didn't do the challenge, I still vlogged. So I kept that hardcore, true to the core. I didn't stop doing that. I did try some new techniques on my video, vlog, whatever you want to call it. So I did a vlog. So I did 3 parts, vlog, challenge, and tech talk. And I actually looked at the analytics of that. I don't know if that pops off. That's what I'll start doing as vlogs. Talk about 3-4 different topics and subjects, whatever it is, and create one. This area, I love this area. So that's what I was thinking of doing. You see, if I could get a signal sent back to me saying this what works, for example, like the vlog, the challenge, and the tech talk, then I can mix it up, right? I could do the vlog, motor vlog, and the Bronco vlog, for example. So everything I can do differently. I need to see if it works. Again, I'm only starting the journey again. So I have a long way to go. So this is for me to take my time, my own pace, and see what works and what doesn't work. I'm just showing the view. I love this view, I'm telling you. This view is just breathtaking, let me tell you. Yep, breathtaking. For me anyway. It may not be breathtaking for you, but for me it is. You see, I've tapped into life differently now. I look at life differently. I enjoy these things, the free things in life. Just getting out in nature, listening to the birds sing and so forth, and just enjoying the moment. You see, we work, we live busy lives, we have stress, and yet this all de-stresses you, lets out the negative energy within you, and just live. You see, you need to live. There's no point sitting there being consistently on stress level modes 24/7. You know, it's stressful raising family, it's stressful working, it's stressful living. You need to de-stress, and the only way you can de-stress is just enjoy moments like this. Self-reflect, walking, get your body moving, get your mind moving. Yeah, sometimes we talk, otherwise we're going to crack. You know, it's hard to be a parent. You know, every day I'm learning new things, I'm trying new things, and yet I fail, and I fail, and I keep failing. It's okay, because no real perfect parent out there, is there, if you think about it. We all learn from each other, we adapt and learn techniques from each other. This. There's something about trees that just, the green, the way they smell, it's just amazing. So going back to the parenthood, honestly, drop me a comment below and let me know what's it like being a parent. Are you struggling, or is it just me? Because I know I'm definitely struggling as a parent. I don't claim to be the perfect father. I'm not the father of the year, that's for sure. Yeah. We work together, me and the wife. It ain't easy. We help each other to navigate and pivot each other left and right as we go along as parents. It ain't easy, you know. Today, raising up kids, there's me now trying to link all the puzzles in my life when I was growing up. It makes all the sense now. When I was a child, giving my parents a hard time, I'm thinking, okay, now I get it. Why? This ain't easy. So it ain't easy being a parent. And I'm not gonna watch these videos that pretend it's so easy, you know. Stop it, please, because it ain't easy. This is me talking now. I'm talking my point of view to myself. So no pun intended to anybody. That's just me voicing out how I feel as a parent. It ain't easy. Sometimes I watch these videos thinking, really? Okay, whatever. Good luck, because I'd love to have your energy spirit with kids, because I just can't sometimes. I just can't navigate trying to be this perfect father when I know I'm not. Yeah, I know I'm not. But I'm okay with it, you know, because I'm me, I'm being real, keeping it real. There you go, I've clicked the 3K in 36:30, which I beat my time record yesterday. So that was a 3K. Yesterday, I beat it for a few seconds. This is what I keep doing. So every day from now going forward, I'm going to have to increase that momentum to push it to beat my score record. Yeah, so let's wrap it up for the parenting part. Drop me a comment below and let me know, how do you, as a parent, as a father, as a mother, navigate with kids? How, or let's change it. What tips could you share with me and the people out down in the comments below? Help them too, being that perfect parent. You know, finding that balance on how to be the perfect parent. I know perfection doesn't exist, so I'm not going to fool myself pretending that we live a perfect life. We don't live a perfect life. We need to stop polishing this perfect life. Yeah, it's bad enough with us watching this AI fake stuff, and you know, you get fake people now in AI. Have we come to that point in life where we need to fake people, where this person's not real, it's AI generated? I'm thinking to myself, hold on a second. That means, to me, if I wanted to pin my goals onto something, I'm pinning onto fake. That's how I see it. I don't mean to offend anybody, but that's how I see it. I'm not going to pin my hopes or motivate myself through a fake AI person that doesn't exist. No, no, no. I want a real human being that connects with me heart to heart. Hear this, feel this sound. I don't want digital. I don't want to leech onto something or latch on something. Yeah, this is the type of person I want to be, and I end up finding out it's a fake. I was like, what? Really? Seriously? Is this what we've come to? So I'm going to create somebody that doesn't exist, to motivate people or to make people believe things that is not real. Nah. I'll stick to being human. I'll stick to being the person I am with all my flaws. And I don't care. I'd rather be me, flawed, than somebody that's perfect who doesn't exist. I get AI. I work with AI, but AI is not going to replace me or replace my story. Sorry. That's my point of view. End of that topic for now. Right, we're coming to an end now. So this is where the 40 minutes is going to come to an end soon. Yep, and then I'm going to enjoy the end of this vlog challenge, wrap it up, and see you all on day 26. That's what it's all going to be. Yeah, I'm going to wrap it up now. So let me just finish this last 40, and I'll see you all shortly. There we go. That's the finish line. And I've done it in about 41 because I took the little detour over there towards the buildings, right? Remember? But I'm going to walk a little bit more. This is how I'm going to end it today. So as I end this vlog of challenge day 25, I just want to tell you something. This 30 days, well 25 days into this challenge, or this whole 30-day challenge, means a lot to me because I've broken, yet again, another habit. I've broken that cycle where I fell back into the trap of my own doing, of being lazy again and just slowing down, because I was fast-paced and I slowed down. And I asked myself why. I know why, but that's between me and myself and I. I'm not here to share that part. Again, is what I want to teach you out there if you're watching. Some things you don't share. Some things belong to you and sacred to you. Why are you doing it? These are your dreams, your goals. Why would you change anything in life? This all belongs to you. Things you experience in life belong to you. Sometimes you might meet people and you connect when they click with you and they may break down in front of you. That's okay, help them. They need you. That's why we help each other in life. You see, I've met so many people in my life that I could have a normal conversation with and they felt so comfortable they just break down. And I can see this image of themselves that they are fooling everyone around them to make them feel like everything's okay, and they're not okay. They're breaking down. I'm thinking, why are you doing that to yourself? Why are you doing that to yourself? And then I remembered I was there many, many years ago. Until I learned to stop letting this false belief make me believe that I can't share what's inside here, what's hurting me, or what's making me struggle in life. I'm thinking, how many people walking past me are struggling, but they're not saying anything? And then I realized to read people, and I can feel. So if you're out there struggling, remember, you're not alone. 1, you are never alone. 2, be you. 3, if you need to cry, cry. Find that person you can confide in and you feel comfortable with and let it out. Let out what's in here eating you away. Because if you let it eat away, trust me, you will become lonely and you will destroy your own life and you're wasting your own life. Don't. You gotta live. I said it in a couple of my videos back. You got 1 foot in the grave, 1 foot on the ground. Which one do you want to lean more to? Do you want to be in the grave? Then keep doing what I told you not to do just now. Don't be alone. Don't hold it in. Don't let it eat you up. Otherwise, you'll be in that grave faster than you can think about it. You see, we're all going to live. We're all going to die. That's life. That's part of life. But do you want to live your life wishing you could have, should have? No. Live your life. Be alive. Make a change. You're going to go through so much in life. It's going to hurt you. It's going to break you. It's going to traumatize you. But remember, it's a lesson. What is it teaching you? What did you learn from the lesson? That's what you have to see. What is that lesson teaching you? Don't look at it with the wrong point of view, that negative view that makes it feel so good because it's so negative. Step back, breathe, ask yourself, can you do it alone? Do you need help? And if you need help, reach out and ask for help, because you'll be surprised. you'll be surprised, sorry, that you will get the help you need. Yes, you gotta sometimes break, you gotta sometimes hit rock bottom before you can come back up again. That's okay too. You're gonna find days where you're just lost and confused. That's okay too. Remember, nobody has an easy life. And nobody has a hard life. We make these choices. We need to sometimes pivot and make the change we need in order to elevate in life. If you need to elevate in your job, educate yourself more. Put a lot of effort into you. Don't expect it to come, because easy come, easy go. That's what I say. So work on you. Stay out your comfort zone. Take it from me. My advice, if you stay out your comfort zone, you see everything going forward and you elevate so much in life. But when you stick to back, when you get stuck back in that old comfort zone, I know everything, I don't need to learn, you see no growth. You see nothing change. So stop wasting your time believing that you got this full wrong belief, that wrong mindset, making you believe that you don't need to elevate, you don't need to change, you don't need to work on you, because you need to work on you. The day you stop learning is the day you stop progressing. That's all I can say to you. So if you're not willing to educate, put some time in for you, be selfish with you, and put that time in that you need, don't expect to see growth. So remember, you want growth? Give time to you. Put time into you by allowing you to grow, elevate, and learn. Yes. That's today's message. I hope you enjoyed today's challenge and the vlog. I hope that you've gained some valuable stuff from today's vlog. Remember, a like will go a long way. It'll help me keep pushing out these videos to as many people out there in the world who may just need to hear what I'm saying today. And I don't just say it today, I say it every day. Now there's something I wanted to wrap up. I want to say, sorry, before I wrap up. I do apologize. So what I want to say before I wrap up is this. On my channel, I can offer so much. For I have discovered that I'm a polymath that can do so many multiple things. But yet, if I focus on one thing, I'll go all in. Now I used to, what was it called? Just trying to think now. I do apologize. I might erase this out because AI claims I should not have gaps in my videos because it gets the person watching to swipe away. Please don't swipe away yet. We're coming to the end now, I promise. I forgot the name. Anyway, so I had these mini bursts of life chats a day that I used to pump out on my old channel. So I'm thinking of bringing that back in. But that goes deep into just life. You know, what I've learned and lessons I've learned. They're about 5 minutes, sometimes 10 minutes, 15 minutes, if that stretches. It doesn't go more than that. But I just have these self-reflection talks that I share and talk out louder for you can hear, so you can hear it too, and may it offer value to. And so some of them videos, by the way, got me very high views because they resonated a lot. But this time around, I don't know. Do I bring that back? Oh, day life doses. That's what it's called. Day life doses. Drop a comment below if you'd like to see some day life doses. I'll have to create a new playlist for day life doses and put it into that playlist. Now I'm not going to edit anything in this video out because I'm sick and tired of trying to perfect things. You know, I did say that I'm using RStudio and so forth. I'm trying these new AI tools, how to change up my videos and vlogs. There's one thing I keep seeing a lot that doesn't resonate with me. I'm sorry. If it means it's going to stop my growing, let it stop my growing. But to eliminate a lot of the stuff I'm doing, changing the way I talk, making up this false, to me it feels like false perfect person, which I'm not. And that's what AI recommends me to do on my channel. It's when you start using these AI tools. Any AI tool, by the way, I've tested some of them. I've put my video link in and see what it gives feedback. It tells me to remove this, remove that. By the time I start removing all these things, I honestly feel like I've become somebody that's not me. And what do I mean by that? Let me just stop today's session and this. Right, come back. Right. Save it. Let me stop the phone too. I do apologize. This now what I'm doing right now by stopping talking. Apparently it's not good for the viewer because it loses their attention span. But let me ask you a question. Do you really want to be that kind of person who cannot watch somebody talk, doesn't have the time to let them voice out what they want to say? And that's where it hit me. I can't do these things what AI is recommending me to do on my channel by deleting a lot of repeated words and so forth. I can't delete that because if I delete that, that's taking the authenticity away from my videos. Plus, it means that I suck at it. I'm okay with that. Let me suck at it. I don't care. But I'm being human. The last thing you want to be watching is a perfect version of me. I'm not perfect. I never claimed to be perfect. I don't want to be perfect. That's just it. Here, I'm talking to you raw from the heart. Do you want me to fluff it up all for you? No, I can't do that. So that's me. Now, if you can't watch the entire video, then I guess someone will. And they'll have to watch my entire video because they resonated with me. You don't have to. You can swipe away if you want to swipe away. That's okay too. I get it. Some people are going to like you, some people are not going to like you. That's part of life. And that's part of my life. And I'm used to it. I'm used to people not liking me. I'm used to people. Everything. I've seen a lot. Witnessed a lot. Experienced a lot. And that's just life. So let's end today. Day 25 of this 30-day challenge. Again, I'll say it again. Fill out the video, please. This is my second reminder, I guess. I think I said it before. A like will go a long way, truly will, because this is what the YouTube algorithm says when it comes to AI. It tells me if you get a like on the video and the person watches the next video, it means your video is going to be in that top part there where it needs to be for people to be finding you and getting you discovered on YouTube. That's the algorithm. Apparently. For me, I believe that you're the algorithm. If you can make people watch and enjoy your videos, that's you, the algorithm there. Everyone has their own opinions, everyone has their point of view, everyone's right, I don't say anyone's wrong, that's just me. So a like will go a long way. Please like this video if you did like it. If you don't, I agree too, and I'm okay with that. If you want to give it a thumbs down, I'm also okay with that because I've seen a lot of people give thumbs down to my videos too. I'm okay with it, that's part of life. I take it, I own it. So I'll see you all on day 26. Now, I'm definitely out. Until tomorrow.